Welcome to day 6 of Did You Know SharePoint Could Do That? This is a 30-day series that I'm running where I tell you 30 different things that SharePoint could do that you probably didn't know about because you think it's just a document storage tool, but I'm here to tell you it's way bigger than that. Then on every episode, I'm going to drop a fun fact about myself. In this episode of Did You Know SharePoint Could Do That? Did you know that SharePoint can run your customer intake process? And here's what I mean. You cannot take a SharePoint list and send it externally to have people respond to that. You can do that with a Microsoft form. You can take Microsoft form, you can say, let's say you work for a car company, you know what I mean, or a collision company, like, you know what I mean, when a person comes in, you got to find out their name, email, phone, what happened to the vehicle, what kind of vehicle they got, all that other kind of stuff. You could take a Microsoft form, create all those fields on the form, and have anybody access that form and then fill the information out. Now, here's the extra part. It does take a little bit of some elbow grease. Using another tool inside of the Microsoft suite called Power Automate, you could take the answers from the customer intake form and have them be sent into SharePoint, what is called the SharePoint list. When the information gets inside of a SharePoint list, you could do whatever you want. You could set it to, like, new customer. Let's say that's a status. And then someone gets a notification that says, hey, new record is in the system. That person can go to the record and say, okay, let me figure out who this needs to go to. It needs to go to Sally in finance. She needs to run the numbers. So I set it to, finance, and then Sally gets an email, so on and so forth. You can do that today without any extra money being spent on your 365 installation. I promise you. That's your SharePoint tip of the day for Did You Know SharePoint Could Do That? So my fun fact is, I was actually gonna name this I was actually gonna name this series I Know SharePoint Could Do That shit, you know what I'm saying? And then bleep out the word, but that's not my brand, whatever, all this other stuff. Anyway, that's a real deal, you know what I'm saying? When I was going through ideas of what I was gonna name this series, that was one of them. But maybe the next series I do, I'll be a little bit more true to the way I speak. Anyway, that is your Did You Know SharePoint Could Do That tip for the day. Stay tuned for your next one tomorrow.